Have you ever wanted to know about the future, love, dreams, money, sex and bodies?
Well, then you're in luck because we read tarot cards.
And we do it seriously.
We know we're being funny, but it's real. Real magic.
We used to be an Instagram live show.
And then a live show in front of an audience.
Yay! And now, a podcast.
So sit back, relax, and trust the process.
Welcome to The Tarot Show. I'm Dickie Copeland.
I'm Hannah Garces.
And this is The
Tarot
Tarot Show.
Show.
We are doing a deep dive episode on the Four of Wands. But before we do that, we'll do a little bit of our usual blessings and curses and all of that. How are you doing, my love?
Okay, how are you?
I'm good. I will tell the listeners that they might hear sirens the whole time in the background. I'll do what I can to pull them out, but we do live in Los Angeles and the city is burning to the ground.
It's burning to the ground around us.
As Dorinda said, burn it down.
Spooky times.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. We did pack up all our shit and put it in our trunk, but we didn't have to actually evacuate. But we live next to Dodger Stadium, and there's been a couple fires being lit in Elysian Park here and there.
And the winds are picking back up, so we're still in it.
We're on high alert, but it was funny that like first big night when you could see the Pasadena fires over the hill, like you could see them from our deck. Hannah and I had packed up our stuff and the power was kind of coming in and out. So we weren't watching our usual TV and we just took a couple glasses of wine and like went out on the deck and got my binoculars. And we were just kind of like, it felt very Robert Eggers' The Lighthouse.
Yes.
Just like staring out at it and like farting. But very seriously, just kind of like checking it out. And we went up on a hill to go look at it and it was spooky.
It was really crazy.
Work was canceled for a couple days.
Yeah, I didn't work for a day there. And just the air quality is nasty. I know it's probably overwhelming, but there are resources to donate to. If you are in the area, volunteer. And if you can't right now, I'm sure the need will still be there if you need to get out of town for a minute. But
there's been a few bright spots on the edges of all of this, which is that most donation centers are flooded. That's where traffic is now these days. It's like where people are dropping stuff off. I saw a little video of these people in Pasadena where they were driving around in cars playing the sound of a mother cat calling for her kittens to get the cats from under the cars to come out so that they could put them back in to the Pasadena Humane Society and reunite them with their owners. And it was like working.
yeah.
Which was really, really cool. A lot of people are helping.
Yeah.
Which is great. The city of Los Angeles.
It's so sad.
I know, but I did see someone say this is a city full of production coordinators. So if there's one thing they're going to do, it's like put all the GoFundMes in a list and organize them and get all the shit together and stuff. And that is the truth.
Yes, it's been very heartening to see how people have gotten their shit together. Mobilized is what I was looking for. The way that people have mobilized to look out for one another is nice. I wish we could do that all the time, not just in times of disaster.
One of my worst traits is that I do have mask judgment. And I know we're supposed to have it. I know that toxic stuff burned up. And I'm sorry, Dewey, if you're listening. Our friend that is really good about wearing a mask. It's maybe
a man of conviction.
Yeah, it's maybe why he and I are friends is because we're so opposite. Like I'm like seeing masks on people again, and I'm like, oh God, my lipstick. I hate when it gets on the inside of a mask. It's like one of my pet peeves. And I have a very deep attachment to my red lipstick. I can't breathe.
Yeah, I know, but we should be wearing our masks.
Yeah, no, it's really bad out there.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's all the shit in the garages that burned.
Well, it's like old houses with asbestos and lead paint, and then all the shitty plastic bullshit we buy from Amazon are inside those old houses.
Yeah. Old stuff with new stuff from Amazon, as you put it, which is so funny.
Just a bunch of plastic bullshit.
And like all the batteries in the world.
It's not good.
Pool cleaner. Breathing in, baby.
Breathe it in, baby.
it's important to note that I did buy a 64-ounce Stanley cup. So, and it's not really a cup at that point.
No.
It's more of a
Silo.
it's my security silo.
I'm looking at it now.
No, I'm gonna get a man with that thing.
It's bigger than your head.
It actually is. It's definitely bigger than my. It's funny to drink from something larger than your stomach.
Yeah.
Like I can't put all that water in my body. Mm-hmm. Not that I would do it at once, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a plan with that thing. I'm going to hot yoga again, and I'm gonna pick up a man there.
Hell yeah.
And this little Stanley's gonna do it.
Fuck yeah.
Because also it's painted. It's really cool. It's the red orange like that is on stuff so hunters don't get shot, like that particularly bright color. So it's kind of mask. Mm-hmm. But anyways, I just feel like it's a conversation piece.
Yeah.
Walking into hot yoga and just plonking that thing down, the equivalent of having like a huge dick in great sweatpants.
Yep, just flopping around. I love that.
Feeling good about that. Anything else new, Han?
Nope.
Cool. Very
really
cool.
not. Just being anxious. It's just sucks to see because it's so huge, and I know at least one person who's like lost everything, their childhood home. Like, yeah, it's just fucked.
Well, a lot of things need cleansing. So let's take the time to cleanse these bodies, Han.
Woohoo.
From the womb
to the tomb. Fireball.
Tastes like Pitbull doing a track on Heidi Montag's new re-released song.
Oh my God. Yay.
I'll do it. I know. I'm deeply invested in Spencer Pratt because he feeds the hummingbirds. Mm-hmm. And he was doing it again.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, life finds a way,
Yep. Spidey hive up.
Yeah. Someone was saying that he is essentially the band playing as the Titanic goes down for TikTok right now.
Yeah. Ended on a high note.
Okay, well, I'm, feeling covered in ash on the outside, but cleansed on the inside. Ain't that the way? And now it's time for blessings.
Well, should we do a combined blessing for just LA right now? Just everybody? Maybe not with the fire, but just like with the bell, maybe. Just a sonic.
It sounds so small for such a big city. I mean, let's talk about how about some of the really great little quirky things about LA that we're like glad didn't burn down, that we want to extra bless, you know what I mean? A little protection as the winds pick up again, right? Like I would love to extra bless Cactus Taqueria number 3.
Absolutely.
Now I now drive by when I drive home from my work. And it's like one of my favorite little spots in the city.
Yeah.
Best date spot too.
Oh, nice.
Because that's a really great little window to like go sit and get a plate of delicious food. Mm-hmm. And I just like the way the neon lights are. Ugh. And there's just something about it. It feels kind of Orange County to me in LA in a weird way. But it is also distinctly Angelino. So anyways, that's my favorite one of all of the numbers is number 3. And the numbers are all around the city, but heads up, 3's the best.
Number 3 rocks. I want protection for those big ass murals in downtown of the faces under like
the ones
6th Street ish.
It's like the opera.
Oh, well, I mean that
the
for
conductor.
sure. Yes. There's faces on under underpasses which have been there forever, but yes, absolutely the LA
like Philharmonic.
There's a guy with violin. There's a lady with a green dress.
Yeah, when you're driving down the 110.
We have to protect them.
Yeah. Our people.
I
want to protect the dumpster behind Foxfire Room where the scary man in Mulholland Drive is in that movie.
Yeah.
Where he like pops out and like you can go like have a cigarette there and it's extra creepy because you're like it's just this dive bar in like the valley.
Oh my God! Speaking of dumpsters, we got to protect the dumpster behind Sir.
Absolutely. I mean we might have to go squirt some water on it both as a blessing and to protect it. I'd also love to bless. Oh, you know, when you can drive up and like actually see like the hills from Mulholland Drive. Speaking of, like you can go and like see the whole city, and there are these places where you can kind of like park on the side of that very very curvy road. You kind of like in your little like shoes like wobble out, but you can like sit there with a little blanket and like look at the city if you're like on like a little datey. That's important.
That's really important. Jumbo's Clown Room.
Yeah, absolutely. What a place. If if that burned down, I'd tear my hair out.
I'd cry.
I think I'd go burn Portland down or something just to feel
That's
something.
fine. Yeah, I would definitely go full like Italian widow.
Yes.
Walk into the waves.
Where will I throw my dollars? Any other little nooks and crannies of the city that you love?
I'll probably think about it at 3 a.m. tonight.
Yeah, I know. Maybe if this is still happening next week, we'll bless some more parts of LA.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now it's time for blessings that aren't about LA.
Yeah. I want to bless Michael Shannon reading that Delta Gamma letter from like 10 years ago, at least.
Classic literature.
It's so important. It's so funny. It's his. I think it's like the performance of a lifetime.
Yeah, it should be nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, and it's making kind of a comeback.
I know. Every now and again, it comes back into the zeitgeist.
For people unfamiliar, which I hope that's no one, but just in case, for people unfamiliar, it was a Funny or Die video. This letter went viral of this girl in a sorority sending out an email to her sisters about how they suck and are lame at parties and they need to get their shit together. And so it went viral. And then Funny or Die did a video of Michael Shannon, my husband. Sorry, Fuzzy Bear. He's going to yell at me about that one later. But my actual husband, Michael Shannon, reads it out loud. He goes out at full tilt.
Yeah, he's like shot kind of like in a dark room too. It's giving like early Sopranos. And he really does give the performance of a lifetime. That's exactly the way.
Yeah.
Do you have favorite lines from it?
I mean, just even the beginning is so iconic. It's like, if you're sitting down and reading this, like, you need to buckle up. 'Cause you're in for a bumpy fucking ride. Also, like this girl is probably like 20 years old and she wrote this, and it is like Shakespearean. It's so, and I think she is like a writer now. But yeah, but we quote it from time to time. It's like she's talking about like, if you're going to be late at parties, like, don't go. And he says like, you don't go. I feel like we say that once a week about something that we don't want to go to or someone else should not go to.
Yeah, like when a nasty party, like a party full comes through that you're like, absolutely not. And I will log in to tell them no. I'm not going to this nasty little party of yours. Stinky.
And then, Rebecca, you say in your whiny little fucking voice. It's like, I can't drink. I can't talk to boys.
Yes, exactly.
Then I pity you.
I can't talk to boys.
Guess what? It's like, if we suck and if you need it spelled out for you, we fucking suck so far. What are some of your favorite momies?
Some of my favorite momies it really is You Don't Go. That is really it for me. We do watch it like every 3 years?
Yeah. And
it's just a nice little moment for our family. I feel like if I was an actor, I would audition with that as a monologue.
That's so smart.
It's not my interpretation. It's Michael Shannon's interpretation. It's like art within art within art. A little bit of a Russian doll situation. Honoring his work. Also just that it's Michael Shannon and he's probably one of your all-time top favorites.
Yeah.
He's like kind of your Bill Skarsgård.
He is my Bill Skarsgård.
And he also is the king of like Hollywood street fashion. Like he looks like he evacuated and like scooped everything with one arm, and that's what he's wearing.
Yeah.
It's kind of incredible.
He's so good. He's so committed. He's so funny. I hope I don't eat my words one day, but it just feels like he respects women
Well, we've had a friend that met him, and he was incredible.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
very true.
That's the best part of living in LA is a friend has always met your like idol. Mm-hmm. And when you get like a good touchback, you're like, okay.
Thank God.
Also, isn't there that great story of like when he was nominated for something and he watched it from a bar?
In Chicago.
Yes. Like in his like puffer jacket or whatever.
Yeah.
Just like having like a Schlitz or something at the bar. And it was on in the corner. It's like kind of like one of those Bill Murray came to my party stories.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but he's incredible. That video is incredible. It endures. So if you haven't seen it or haven't watched it in a while, I
highly
highly recommend.
Yeah.
Listen up, you stupid fucking cocks.
Oh yeah. Cunt punt.
Oh yeah, I'll cunt punt you. Well, something about like punching someone in the face, like punch yourself in the face so I don't have to hunt you down on campus and do it myself.
Like just saying it's not a rhetorical question, and like I do actually want you to write me back and let me know if you're like quote unquote slow or whatever.
Mentally slow.
If you're mentally slow. Oh my God.
It's so crazy.
And of a time that takes me back as much as like a long owl necklace and a Tumblr reblog button does, you know? And you know what else is great about Michael Shannon? That he was on Amy Sedaris' show.
Yes, he's so funny.
That's how you know you're cool, man.
Yeah.
And with the cool crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Hannah is lighting the candle for Michael Shannon's interpretation of the sorority letter.
Love you, Mikey. Heard he's divorced now.
Oh, shit. Way to bury the lead, Han.
Watch out, Fuzzy Bear.
What? You need a 64-ounce Stanley.
I know.
Only we got to put like a bunch of stickers on yours.
Yeah.
And like kind of like do that thing like costumers do where you beat it up and make it look old.
Mm-hmm.
Put it through the washing machine. With some rocks in its pockets.
I love Chicago. Never been.
I love it there. It's my favorite city. I like the wind.
And that big old bean.
That the bean's name is not Bean.
What is it?
It's something else. Like it's not comma or whatever, but it's not meant to be a bean.
The fuck? That looks like a big ass bean.
And
we know beans. We live in California.
We do.
We've been to Cactus Taqueria number 3.
They have great beans.
You know all about that beans.
I rolled that beautiful bean footage.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Just walking me towards.
Thinking about those beans.
Roll that beautiful bean footage. God, that golden retriever. What a beautiful dog.
Love them.
Roll that beautiful bean footage. I would like to bless what my mom calls the kitchen dance.
Okay.
The kitchen dance is when you've lived with someone long enough and you're both moving around in the kitchen, like cooking or one's cleaning or someone else is getting coffee or something, but you don't have to constantly say, excuse me, because you both can kind of like just automatically like adjust and like know like, oh, she's probably coming in for creamer, so I'm like going to scoot up because I know she's going to the fridge.
Aww.
Or, oh, obviously that person, you like open the cupboard and they pull the dish out and you like shut the cupboard and then they start their thing and like you know they're going for salt, so you kind of go to the right and you like grab your towel and they kind of shut the drawer. The kitchen dance.
Aww.
I know. And you and I have good kitchen dance, Han.
We do have good kitchen dance. That's so sweet.
I know, it's pretty cute. But yeah, that's what she calls it with
her boyfriend.
With her boyfriend, my dad.
Your mom and dad they do exude boyfriend girlfriend, and I mean that is the highest compliment. Goals. Couple goals.
You know, the biggest like green flag boyfriend thing my dad does about my mom is he sends pictures of her to our family chain being like, look at her. Aww. Like, look, she going out to dinner. And it's just like my mom like standing there in the doorway with the jacket on. Or like happy anniversary, and it's their anniversary and she's like sitting at a table, like a white tablecloth, and she's just like looking at the camera with like some sushi in front of her.
Aww.
Or like it's a beautiful day in the desert and my mom just like with a golf club in her little golf outfit and a hat.
So cute.
It's really cute, but he like loves to send like cutie pics of her.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Which is a very boyfriendy thing to do.
It's boyfriend. And also, I would say girlfriendly on Jen's part is the way that she kind of, I mean, she's always respectful. She loves Larry to the ends of the earth, but the way that she will like kind of like roll her eyes at him sometimes.
Yes.
Or when he's like, all right, we should go to bed. And she's like, ugh. Because it feels very much like when your boyfriend is like, okay, let's get you out of here.
Time to
to
go.
bed. And she's just like, ugh, I want to party.
I want to party right
You're
now.
harshing my vibe.
It fucking sucks right now. And my dad's like, you don't go. And she's like, oh, I'm going to go.
I'm actually I'm gonna go extra hard now.
Actually, you can consider me gone.
I love the kitchen dance.
I know, it's
so
pretty
cute.
I know. And I feel
sweet.
like that's when you know that is intimacy. Mm-hmm. And you can't fake it. Mm-mm. And it is a thing that is constantly perfected over time. And I also think, too, it's a good indicator, like, if something is, like, amiss, one of the first things to go, the kitchen dance.
Damn.
Because you're not being in tune with each other.
Right. It's knowing. It's being seen. It's consideration. It's,
yes. But the more subconscious it is, the more impressed I am with your relationship.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, damn, you're going to make it.
Yeah.
Our kitchen is particularly small, but all kitchens have this, I think, because you're going to the same hot zones.
Right. The fridge, maybe the coffee maker, the microwave, the stuff. Yeah. There's
little areas. So even if you have a huge kitchen with like an island, you're still doing the kitchen dance.
absolutely. Food for
And
thought.
Food for thought. Something also that really only girls have with this is when everyone's getting ready in the bathroom and you're sort of sharing the mirror and like the hot tools and you moving a drink around, that kind of thing. But it's not quite
Absolutely.
the same. But
There is something to it.
it's similar. So anyways, I would like to light the candle for all of the kitchen dances out there. May you all have them be... It's like I'm looking for a word that's like rehearsed. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
Like not flawless, but
choreographed,
yeah, like they go off like clockwork. Like what's a word for that?
automatic, instinctual. I'm trying to, you
Yeah.
know, like a thought, like in your bones.
Yeah,
reflexive.
like without mistakes.
Yes.
Right? May they all be good. Just ripping the cord.
Exactly.
May they all be good.
And anyone who's listening to this and being like, Dickie couldn't think of the right word. Bitch, this hoe has two parents who are still married to each other and love each other and love their daughters. So you're jealous, babe.
Yeah.
Now what?
I'm going to cut that out too. And now it's time for curses. Yeah, I got that right up in the mic.
Yeah.
I would like to curse big art in airports.
Yeah.
Isn't it always almost cool?
Yeah.
Like there's something kind of okay about it.
right.
But I'm never moved by it because it's also kind of corporate and weird and like, do you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's usually a light installation like on the ceiling.
Right. And it's like something it started cool and it's like, well, you can't be too political. Like, tone this part down.
Right. And I don't feel like it's ever really like, here is the city
Yeah.
that you've landed in. It's like, here's a giant glass sculpture that's like hanging over some water, but it doesn't move or do anything. But here it is. And you just
Yeah.
like wheel your shit around it.
Yeah, you're just like been stewed in your old juices in your like nasty ass sweatpants.
Yeah.
With your little rolly pack. It's like, I just want to take a shower. And they're like, look at this art. Aren't you happy to be in Cincinnati? And it's like, actually eat my shit. I want to go home to my airport. It's like Denver has weird art, like New World Order nasty murals, and that horse that killed the guy that made it. I don't like it.
That horse is crazy.
So scary.
And like, he definitely comes alive at night and roams the grounds. There's no way he doesn't.
No.
And like, yeah, like what if all the art in airports was like Night at the Museum? And it's just like kind of bad, like art bought by like Citibank to represent like Dallas. You're like,
Cool.
okay, cool. Yeah, like it's like, because I feel like it's like kind of also meant to like, the art is also meant to like push you on the way. Like you're never meant to like stop and look at it like other art.
Right.
Art in airports is sort of like, keep moving. You have to go. We're all in traffic here. And so there's something weird about it. I don't know, but every time I've been landing as I've been walking and wheeling past, I'm like, something off about this. What don't I like about it? Is it that it's impressive but not good? Is it just too big?
Maybe it's just too big.
Maybe that horse killed too many people.
Or maybe you're just like looking at it under duress.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
I'm missing a connecting flight.
Right, like it's not like it's really meant to soothe you or reassure you. It doesn't really seem to serve a purpose. Yeah, there's just something about it that I'm like, I don't know. And they're constantly putting a new one in every like 5 years too. And you're like, great, here's the like ploinky doink or whatever.
Maybe airports just don't need art.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
They're just a bad place to be. It's annoying.
Yeah, like, can't we take the money and like put it in? Because I will say, like, the Denver airport has like beautiful bathrooms with like natural light, huge mirrors, like a great flow. Like, put the money in that.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost took a picture of it and was like, put it in my story and was like, okay, like, new friend alert. Like, I have to, like, who here runs the Denver airport bathroom? Like, media. It was just like cool. And so, yeah, maybe that's what it is. It's like, just make the place nice, especially like LAX is just so disgusting. Maybe that's really what it is.
Maybe
it is
a shithole.
Yeah. In all the places we're blessing, it's notoriously not LAX. So anyways, I am going to blow out the candle to curse. Airport art. Guess we're trying, but not trying hard enough.
Get out of here. I would like to curse sneezing right after you put on mascara. Idiot. Look, everyone who listens knows I have bad allergies all the time, so I'm always sneezing. And I don't wear makeup a lot because I'm lazy. But when I do, I'm putting on my mascara. And to sneeze right after that, and then you just get those like, it's so stupid.
Yeah, the little row of dots under your eye from where your face scrunched so much that your top eyelashes touched your bottom, like the tops of your cheeks.
Yeah. And then I have to go in there with a little cotton swab and some makeup remover and fix it.
Also, sometimes whenever you touch your eyes, it can make your eyes water, which will make you sneeze. So the very act of putting on the mascara almost starts the cycle.
Well, I'm stopping it ends with us.
Baldoni versus Maybelline
versus aviation gin
versus Wolverine.
Yes. Versus we bought a soccer team. Whatever the fuck they're doing. Anyway.
Oh, Wrexham?
Yeah. Oh,
we
yeah.
bought a soccer team like we bought a zoo.
Yeah.
That's a really funny name for it. All right. Hannah is blowing out the candle to curse sneezing after you put on mascara.
Stupid.
You're ascribing such judgment to it like you did it on purpose.
It's my body. It's my body betraying me.
Yeah. As we used to say as kids, which I thought everyone said, and I found out only we said it, you're not the boss of my body. I'm the boss of my body. So I guess you are the boss of your body.
Damn. And this boss sending out a mass email saying, cut the shit.
Girl boss of your girl body.
Girl boss.
Girl review.
Sirens.
Yeah, there goes the sirens.
I'm gonna check the watch duty app real quick.
Yeah, like something happening.
See it in that Buena Vista fire. Looks like she's out.
Yay! We are gonna make it.
Hey,
we're
gonna make
it. And that brings us to the Four of Wands.
Woo.
All right, hands, should we word clouder?
Let's do it.
Connected.
Celebrate.
Celebrate. Home.
Gatherings.
Holidays.
Milestones.
Yeah. Parties.
Joy.
Happy endings.
Aww.
And I'm talking about ejaculation. Just kidding.
Just kidding. Socializing.
Welcoming.
Rites of passage.
Determining the relationship.
Accomplishment.
Bonds.
Wholesome.
That's a good one. Here, does this make sense? Green circle. Like on Instagram, your green circle friends. Love.
Friendship.
Honestly, wedding.
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 Say yes to the dress.
What are those songs that you always hear at a wedding? Like,
We are family. Or shut up and dance with me.
oh my God. or how many times have I done the shout? Like, like everyone crouching down, like, shout.
Knees crackling like a fire.
Yeah, everyone's shoes like rolling over onto their ankles. And shout. Falling onto kids.
A little bit shouter now. Little bit quieter now.
Just like you and your like cousins that you never see, all crouching around. All sweaty and crouching. What a nightmare. Anyways, it's really pretty on the Four of Wands. And then I guess the last thing I would say is like completion of something. Because she's a 4, baby. A few general thoughts about the Four of Wands before we describe this card and go into the symbolism. The fours, as we've been saying for all the other cards, are all about stability and foundations and sort of sometimes to its detriment, a stagnancy, but an area where we've reached a platform. And the threes are usually about some sort of, it could be like loss, or it can be like a period of moving through something. And then the fives are more about like change. So the fours are that area between where we're kind of like catching our breath. And I think it's really interesting to think of it in that way, where like literally like 4 legs of a table. And that's sort of what you built to get to whatever this part of your life is. And the Fours of Wands is maybe the happiest of the fours. And definitely an auspicious card.
Yeah, and it makes a lot of sense. It depicts what looks like a wedding at first glance, and a wedding, it's not happily ever after. That is the beginning of a new whole long ass story.
Where you gotta rehearse your kitchen dance.
Exactly.
Until you get it down like John Wick styles.
But yeah, the Four of Wands looks like it's mostly yellow, has the 4 wands acting as an altar above 2 people who are in their best togas, raising their little bouquets, and in the background is a castle. So that's a happy ass card.
Yeah, it's any of the cards that have castles in the background, I feel are kind of signaling a little bit of that happy ending and just generally a big yes vibe. It's funny, speaking of weddings, this literally looks like the Jewish like chuppah. Chuppah. And it's incredible because I saw a lot about how the wands each have crystal tips on them.
Oh.
That they're not little plants, that they're little crystals. But they do look like plants to me, but hey.
Let me take a little. Huh. Chua.
Yeah. And then I think the other thing that is of note to discuss is basically the yellow background on this card. Have you heard of something called the Golden Dawn?
Mm-mm.
So the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn was a secret society devoted to the study and practice of like the occult and metaphysics during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. It was like a magical order like that started in Great Britain and had Crowley and stuff in it. And then Crowley left it, but it was like this like kind of crazy like people in robes and like figuring it. There was like levels to it and all this stuff. But that and tarot was a piece of that. And so the Golden Dawn and like the yellowness of this card, people kind of think they're maybe a little bit connected, but that there's like just like a mysticism to it. Cool. Even though I think we look at it and we see the yellow and we're just like, it's positive.
Right.
There might be a little bit of a deeper connection there.
That's cool as hell.
It feels like there should be a really cool movie like an A24 movie about it.
Right. And also we see this Golden Dawn that in the preceding card in the Three of Wands.
That's right.
Where he's like kind of looking over the sea. It almost looks like a desert at first glance. And then we see it's an ocean with boats.
Yeah, wands are just very, they carry a lot of manifestation within them and a lot of ability to make, as they say, as above, so below. Bringing things into the present. This card has that kind of feeling of like, oh, if you're wanting this and you pull it, there is like an ability to bring it to you. She's coming. All right, so you pull the Four of Wands.
Now what?
Now what the hell are you gonna do? What the hell? What do you think when you pull this in a spread, just generally upright?
Generally, I think this is something. It's like a positive, like, hey man, let your hair down, hang out with your friends, connect with yourself, go party a little bit.
Yeah, I get like big like throw a little dinner party kind of vibes.
Yeah.
Or yeah, you're going to a wedding or something is finally happening. Like that, how completion's one of the words from the word cloud. Like,
yeah.
Okay, if it's maybe in a spread that's much more job focused, this is like an auspicious sign.
And I think too, something about like celebrating your wins. So it's like rites of passage, levels sort of past these like next like moments or like accomplishments. Like take a moment to relish in them. Call up your friends. Be like, I got that promotion. Let's go out for drinks.
Don't celebrate alone.
Yeah.
How about reversed?
Reversed, I think it's more strongly warns against isolating yourself.
Feels like maybe there is maybe a lack of support.
Right. Because also too, when it's reversed, I read about how like the turret of the castle looks like an arrow pointing down, and how cautioning you against isolating, or it can be like the company you're keeping is not great. Maybe they don't have your best interest at heart.
Yeah, I've sometimes interpreted it as there's tension with someone close to you. Sort of like someone's unhappy at home.
Yeah, like but on like a sort of chosen family
right
level.
She's alone.
She is alone.
A lone wolf. Ah, woo. How about astrology? Did you see anything on it?
I mean, no, other than that, it's, wands are associated with fire.
I saw a little bit in a couple different places about how this card can mean or reference Venus in Aries, which is really interesting because it's like a specific marriage of like if Mars and Venus come together, like with the emperor and the empress, and how this is like a wedding card, that there is sort of this idea of a yin and a yang, a balance in the card.
Cool.
With like the two wands and two wands coming together.
Oh,
I mean, it wasn't in enough places for me to be like 100% yeah, but I was like, oh, I'll bring this up on the pod.
yeah. That makes sense to me.
All right, well, you pull this in a love spread. It's already kind of about love.
Mm-hmm. But I will say, too, I think before doing our sort of like research on this, I think very obviously if you pull this in like a love reading, it's like, oh, wedding. But now upon closer inspection, it doesn't necessarily mean your wedding.
Right.
Because if we're talking about, it's not a coupley card, really. That's like a 2 of cups moment, where this is like a 4 card. It's like really is more about the collective or like the experience, I would say.
The stage of it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Interesting, because there's a couple, like it's akin to how the lover's card is not really about being in a couple either. Mm-hmm. But that's maybe more about choice and a decision that needs to be made. I think people are so eager to ascribe love to the cards, but they do wind up having a little bit of that halo on them. Even if I pull this in a completely platonic spread, there is kind of a piece that's like, okay, like not so much romance, but that feeling, that warmth that you associate with like a relationship.
Cool.
She's an overwhelming positive card. There aren't really deeply like spooky warning vibes to her.
Right. No. It's generally very positive. From what I was seeing, if you're in a long-term relationship, this might signify like an anniversary or some sort of milestone coming up that you should celebrate, or maybe it's about you and your partner's ability to kind of like keep things light, keep that honeymoon phase going. I think reversed or upright, that's what it's kind of like telling you to do, is to like
Go on a damn date.
go on a date, you know, and reinforce that foundational, speaking of being a 4 card, that foundation of friendship, not just sex, not just keeping the spark alive, which is very important. But like, are you like laughing together? Are you just having fun? Are you legitimately enjoying each other's company? Take a look at that.
Yep. Pick that rock up and look under it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And as always, if you are seeking love, you have to go look for it. You have to go outside. You have to go at a party. You have to go to a party. Yeah. Dickie's looking around as if I'm talking to someone who's behind her. And I'm looking at her.
I've been attacked.
I know. Unfortunately, if you want to meet someone to date, you have to leave your house.
But I bought a huge Stanley.
And to your credit, you are going to hot yoga and you are going to bag a hot man.
I haven't gone yet, but I have
You're
planned.
gonna.
I am gonna. The Stanley is really more for home use, but it'll back me up, man. You know what? Maybe next episode I'll give the full update. I haven't in a long time talked about Lone Star and the prisoner and all the new people that are in my life. Maybe next episode I'll give an actual update, because things have happened.
Yeah.
They're stupid, but they've happened.
And they've happened.
And they've happened. It's because it was the holidays.
Everyone's getting all.
Yeah, and then the fires too. Mm-hmm. People getting a little squirrely.
Yeah.
So a lot of "Are you okay?" texts. And then I'm like, well, not anymore. Not that I saw this. I just feel like it's so funny how men who were in your life a million years ago, the way that they choose to resurface, like the prisoner just sending like some random songs. And I'm like, I've talked about it on the pod before. The wish I made for men to send me songs and how it's become a curse. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Jeannie was like, sure.
Oh, I hope you love all types of music, Dickie. Not just songs you like, but like fringe stuff too. That like a boy found and it's cool. But anyways, yeah, I'll save that for not a deep dive episode maybe. Anything else? Oh, I will say, if you pull this card in a yes/no spread, which we tend to not condone, it means yes, and even reversed, it's kind of like yes but later. So just the overwhelming positivity of this card. She's happy to give you what you're seeking.
Yeah. What about reversed? Specifically for love
Oh, okay, yeah.
and a relationship.
You pull this reversed in a love spread. What are we thinking?
If it's someone new you're dating, I would say that this is like sort of a fair weather relationship, and that the moment you encounter
Summer romance.
anything real, this person might bail. It can also be indicative of someone having shitty friends who you're like, oh, he's great. And then you meet the friends and you're like, oh, this fucking sucks. Or there's some sort of like outside toxic force that is making this harder than it needs to be.
What about not a new relationship, like a long-term relationship?
I think it's like about that like loss of like levity. Like it's gotten too serious. You guys have like moved away from like what made this fun in the first place.
Yeah, it does feel like that thing where you get in a fight at like a big event. Just such a nightmare. And you're like squabbling at like some like theater like first night opening.
Oh my god, yeah, like it's like the fight in the Uber on the way to the party.
Yeah, or
We've
like
talked
yeah,
about.
when you're like getting out of your seats and you're like grabbing your purse too fast and it's like kind of catching and you're like, ugh.
And you're like, oh, I gotta go. And it's like they're having a little too much fun talking to everyone else. And then you're like trying to get to the, and it's like, oh, can you not be the mayor for one fucking second?
Yeah, that universal feeling. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about though. Where it's like when you feel like you're with your mom in the grocery store.
It's like, wow, you really don't care that I'm mad. You really don't care that I'm mad. Okay.
I love getting in a fight like at a movie theater.
Oh my god.
Because it's just so nice because like you're not supposed to talk anyway. And then I this is very Cancerian, but you can feel the emotions change over time. And then by the time you get out, it's usually gone. Like, well, especially if the movie was good. You're like, you hold hands at the end.
I just need an hour 45. A big bucket of popcorn. I'm fine.
And a little bit of space to myself. Thank you. Just like sit a seat over. You stay there. I'm going to sit over here. Okay, I'll come back. Any other insights into our beautiful Four of Wands? She is a little bit of a simple card, but she has a lot to say.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's close it out with pairs, shall we? You pull the Four of Wands and the Devil card. Someone's trying to get in that house. So someone's got their eye and they're looking inside and they're trying to get in the house.
Stay away from him. Get away from my Fozzie Bear.
He's like, someone's looking in the window of the car. And you're like, I gotta lock these. Are these doors locked?
Don't steal my car again, please. Fuck.
Yes, someone's looking at the Kia.
Everyone's trying to hurt me.
All right, you pull the Four of Wands and the Strength card. So it's about someone who like makes it happen. Like, you know, like kind of like in The Hours when Meryl Streep's character is like getting all the flowers together and like preparing for the party.
I'll get the flowers myself.
Or like when you and I are prepping for like a big party and we're like getting all the beer, getting the ice, and we kind of have like we're just like making a party happen and you almost pull it out of nothing.
Cool.
That's kind of the vibe. All right, the Four of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Company's coming. But like company, like shotgun wedding.
Oh shit.
Or they're like eloping, like something's happening.
Oh shit.
And it's happening now. Three of Cups with the Four of Wands just reinforces that celebration. Like that is a party to remember. Do not miss. You are having the time of your life. And then you're doing the debrief after it. That is a good night.
Oh hell yeah.
Probably one of the best set, honestly, of cards you can pull, in my opinion. The Four of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. Again, more fun party time, but more coupley fun as opposed to friend fun.
Cute.
Like you've got more pictures from the first one, whereas the second one, you didn't even look at your phone one time. You're talking in the corner. Sexy time. The Four of Wands. What in?
Sexy time.
Sexy time.
Hell yeah, brother.
It's sexy time. The Four of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. This is more about like the hostess. We're circling in on whoever is throwing the damn thing. Four of Wands and the Two of Cups. Little kissies, obviously, but that's more about a relationship that has legs. Like this thing could stand the test of time. Four of Wands and Four of Pentacles is about a good investment.
Cool.
And it's even better and stronger if it's temperance as opposed to the Four of Pentacles.
Oh.
Like that is like, like when people go into the past in movies and they tell the person like, invest in Bing.
Right.
Even though at the time it was like, you should have said Google, but like they had to say Bing.
Right.
Like, remember this word. Bing. Okay. Sure. If I were to come back to the past and tell you to like remember something, like if I were to go like to you, like maybe when you moved in 2016, what would I tell you? I would tell you, start a Bravo podcast now. Do it now. Because if we started in like 2016,
Fuck.
we'd have the dream of our two houses that are conjoined with one like sort of linked hallway, a glass hallway that links two houses, like kind of between the attics. Really, I know it makes more sense to put it on the ground, but I want it to be up.
It's a sky bridge.
It's a sky bridge.
Yeah.
Two houses linked to the sky bridge.
Or we could watch our golden retriever boyfriends play tennis or whatever the fuck above each other, and all our dogs and cats would run around.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
And then we could watch through the floor of the sky bridge. That's our future hand. All right. Four of Wands and Seven of Cups, a vacation. Four of Wands and King of Wands, fertility. Big schlanger.
Oh my god, big schlong.
Big schlong.
Big schlong about to come in there.
like when the shadow covers the sun and you're like, what?
Or like the Nosferatu, like shadow of his hand is going over the German town, but it's like a schlong.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
That is the vibe. And then lastly, the Four of Wands and the Ace of Swords is about like the kind of success where you're like acing a test. Like, mama, you don't have to study. It's going to be fine.
Hell yeah, brother.
You got it. You know what? Go party instead of study.
Yeah.
Finals they're going to be a breeze.
Oh, gosh.
Baby girl, you're going to Stanford.
Go have fun.
You're fine. You're 17, baby.
Go have a beer.
Go have a beer. You're about to get crushed by a schlong. So, thump.
Oh my god, a beer when you're 17.
I didn't appreciate it. I didn't really drink at 17, so I don't really know what you're talking about. But through the sky bridge between our souls, I can see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Could you describe it?
It's dangerous.
Ooh,
Sexy.
okay.
A one beer hits different when you're 17 and you weigh 110 pounds. A little bit goes a long way. and there's a boy that you have a crush on, and
Like you didn't even throw the bottle cap away. You like put it in your pocket, but your pockets are so tight because you're wearing tight little clothing. So you could see like the little beer cap like in your little like skirt pocket.
cops could come at any moment.
Oh,
You got to run and jump a fence.
you want to hear a horrible story?
Yes.
I wasn't 17. I was like, I don't know, 20, maybe like 21 exactly. Like the summer I turned 21. Like it was around, I was definitely in college and back for the summer, visiting a bunch of like high school friends. We got hammered at someone's house if the parents weren't there. Went in the jacuzzi, drank I remember opening the fridge and it glowed because of all the Coronas in it. It was just like a Corona ad, like floor to ceiling, like Coronas. And that's what we drank. We drank a million of them. And then it was like a party. The cops came and my friend who was like a straight A student, like on the cheer squad. Like she was like, but her parents were like way more, like her dad was in the military, like really intense. And she's like a biochemist now with like also 100 kids, like did it all, slay, did it all. You know what I mean? Mentioned it all. And she came up to me panicked. And she found a leader, and I was like, okay, everyone's got to like come inside, like no one go out, because like the cops were like out in the front yard, and they couldn't quite come in. And so I said, you need to go upstairs. I grabbed her by the shoulders. I said, you need to go upstairs, and you have to hide in the bathtub. And she said, okay. And then she went and did it. It was fine. The cops left, and like nothing happened. And she was like up in the bathtub for a long time. And like the reason that I did it was because I knew it was going to be fine. And she was kind of being so annoying about like, and I was like trying to tell people to come inside that actually had to come inside.
Right.
And I was like, you're fine. So then I was like, you know what? You need to get out of my way. I was like, go upstairs and hide in the bathtub. But she like took me a little too seriously and like wouldn't come down. And then we were like, okay, you could come down. And she like didn't come. And then I was kind of like, maybe she bounced, like whatever. And then like hours later, I like went in there and I was like, you're in the fucking tub. And she was like, ah. And she's like, can I come out? I'm like, yeah. Nothing happened. The oldest sister in me really came out.
Yeah, just go away.
You know what? Get out of my room.
You're a distraction.
I'm trying. Tyler is about to get fucking. Tyler and Tyson are both about to go to jail if I don't pull them in.
What was the ticket that you got for drinking underage? It was like a minor in possession.
Yeah,
MIP.
MIP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did not want to get an MIP.
Anyways. It still makes me laugh sometimes. I still think about it and I'm like, oh, that little idiot. All the book smarts in the world.
Didn't matter.
No, absolutely crumbled when the shit hit the fan. Very sorority girl.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't go out of the bathroom until the sun comes up.
We fucking suck so far. You get it. The girls who get it, okay?
IYK.
Duh.
Durr. All right, well, we love you guys.
And we're with you.
And stay safe.
From the womb to the tomb.